Hello and welcome to another episode of the Couch Warrior podcast. As always, I'm your host, Mike, and today I'm here with Robert Varricchio. How's it going, Robert?
What's up, guys? How's everything going? Check.
So, I like to start my interviews the same way every time. I like to start from the beginning. Could you talk a little bit about how you got into mixed martial arts? Is it something you were into when you were young? Is it something you got into later?
I've been doing martial arts since I was 5 years old. We saw a bunch of kids doing like flashy kicks one day, walking past, go to Boston Market, and then we went in, we tried a class, and we've been there ever since. So,
Are you talking about Tiger Schulman's?
yep, Tiger Showman was right in New York. Is that on?
You know,
Yep,
it's funny, the one with the Boston Market next to it.
yep, yeah.
That's the first place I ever did mixed martial arts.
Oh,
I did Taekwondo right there.
oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, that's funny. We used to hit Boston Market afterwards with our mom.
Oh, that's dope. I didn't know. That's how old are you?
I'm 26.
Oh, so we're probably there around the same time then.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
possibly
dope.
saw you honestly.
Yeah, you probably did. You never know. I was a little bit of a crybaby back then, but you
Oh
probably
yeah.
still, yeah, cried a lot.
Is the MMA team out of there too, or is it like a different location?
So it's all 51 schools together. We kind of join together and meet up in we have a headquarters in Elmo Park, New Jersey. That's where everyone trains together.
Okay, cool. And who are your main training partners right now?
Right now it's Bobby Casal, Julio Arce, Christian McCauley, and Shane Burgos. And I know he just moved down to Florida, but he's still coming up and down to train with us here and there.
Is his brother up there too?
Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, but right, we train like we go over ideas and stuff, but we don't necessarily train together because of the size difference. But
Hmm.
we go over move sets and different ideas on what to do here and there.
Are there any guys at the gym that kind of stand out to you as like guys to watch going forward?
Oh, there's a bunch. Like coming up soon, we have Christian McCauley's brother, Matthew McCauley. Dude has a workhorse, man. We have this guy Sven. He's an amateur, kind of just started, but no, he's coming in. He's lifting with us. He's taking class with us, and he's staying with the big dogs. So we got a lot more amateurs. I can think of a few. This guy Elijah Simpson or Simpson. I'm not too sure. I don't want to get yelled at for saying his name wrong, but we have a lot of up and comers ready to brawl, man.
Nice. Did you do any sports before getting into MMA?
Oh, I did everything. Growing up, I was a basketball player. Wasn't that good at it, but I was a baseball player. Wasn't that good at it, and I also played soccer. Soccer, I was a pretty good goalie. Pretty good goalie.
That's funny. I'm very similar. I suck at basketball. Absolutely
Oh.
terrible. Anything with a ball, really, and using your hands, I'm not good
Mhm.
at it.
Yep.
Soccer, I could be a goalie. I could maybe be a little aggressive on defense, and that's about all I got.
I was all about like as a goalie, like listen, I'll play goalie only so I don't have to run the laps around and give one else sticks. I took that. But then in basketball, like I wasn't good at shooting. I was good at playing defense and running coming down the court. So it was like two completely different like ends of the spectrum right there.
So, in terms of like MMA, are there any fighters that you kind of look up to, or maybe have modeled your style after?
Oh, 100%. It's honestly all my teammates. Like the tenacity of Shane, the way he walks forward, the creativity of Julio, the speed of Jimmy Rivera. Growing up, I watched all these guys, since I was like in my most influential era, like 16, 17, watching them fight in UFC and the highest levels of pro regional sports. And I'm like, I want to be just like them. So I would try to emulate as much as I could from what they were doing and bring it into my own game. And of course, I would watch TJ Dillashaw. I try to copy him a little bit, a lot of the pros, but people who I saw every day were people I would try to emulate the most.
Gotcha. So, as someone who like went pro relatively recently in 2021, right?
Mhm.
Could you talk a little bit about like what goes into the decision to go from amateur to pro?
It's just the whole aspect of it, like um, how you're preparing for the fights, how you're doing in the fights. Like if you go through a fight and it's like a close decision, and you barely edge it out. If you're going in there and you're just picking people apart. My two fights were honestly, I don't think I got touched in those two amateur fights. Um, I'm trying to think. Actually, no, I got hit once, and I was very upset about it. My first fight, I remember like I finished a dude with because in New York, body headshots on the ground weren't allowed in New York for your
Hmm.
first fight. So I took the dude down, and I was pounding him in the rib because he hit me in the head, and I was so pissed. I was like, good job, Rob, great fight. And I was just like, no, I fucking suck. You kidding me? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I got hit. Like, you're gonna get hit. I'm like, no, I didn't want to get hit. You didn't deserve to hit me. And like, it was like that. And then my next fight, I flew down to Florida after COVID, and I just manhandled some dude from Tampa. And then that's when my coaches were like, "Oh, you're ready to go pro." And I think it's like that pairing that with like how they're working in the gym. Like some people like to fight and take long breaks. I would fight and get right back in the gym the next day. So I think you just having that professional mindset to keep wanting to get better, no matter how victorious and how many wins you have under your belt.
So you mentioned that like you got pissed off that you got hit, right? Do you
Yeah.
find that you're kind of hard on yourself after your fights?
Oh, all the time. Like if you ask my girlfriend who's in the other room, she actually told me to shut off the fight that I recently just fought, and she told me to shut it off because I watched it too many times that day after, because I want to literally just pick myself apart. And I could watch a fight for myself 22 times all the time to kind of pick apart my mistakes and fix them. Like when we have sparring every week, I watch my sparring videos on my computer at my job over and over and over. And I'm like, fuck, I messed that one up. Okay, let me fix this. Let me do that. So it just helps me create like just a better version of myself every day.
So you're very analytical with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you tape your opponents too before your fights?
Of course. Yeah. So my last fight, obviously, it didn't go my way, but I watched everything he did. I knew he was gonna be a good wrestler. He was gonna shoot. I knew he was gonna play possum too, like that. But like, I guess in there, I wasn't thinking, and I was like, all right, because I landed a nice freaking jab on him. I thought it really hurt him, and I made a big mistake. That's all it was. Um, but yeah, I'm like I'll watch tape and the same video over and over and break it down to like the minute detail.
Nice. So talking about your last fight, do you feel like there was anything in there that surprised you about him, or do you just feel like you made a mistake and that's a fight you think you could have won?
Oh, not at all. I was winning that fight 100%. If like I hit him with a body shot, and he said it was a grunt shot. I watched the tape over and over. It was a body shot. He was tired. He was gassed. He couldn't take me down. Um, I had a really bad cut. Like I passed out twice for that fight. Like cutting weight. So I knew going in there I wasn't 100%, and I was kind of getting back into like the shake of things into the second round, and I just got caught. I got caught slacking, and that's all it was. He's a great fighter, but I know I'll see him again eventually, and I'll make sure I reverse that loss.
That was actually my next question. Is that's a fight you want to run back?
Oh hell yeah, eventually, yes.
Gotcha. Do
And
you
I can promise you it'll be a first round finish there.
Hell yeah. Do you tend to struggle with your weight cuts?
No, not at all. That one I was actually it was I got up way too fast. Like I did the hot bath, and I got up, and I was excited. I kind of jumped up, and I was like, usually I have my brother to catch me, but he walked away real fast, and I just fell, and happens.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, do you feel like you felt maybe any extra nerves going into that fight because it was your first like pro title fight, or not really?
Not at all. No. I mean, look, everyone's always nervous going to a fight, but the way people deal with nerves is always different. And once they get in there, like I don't feel anything else. Like it's just me, my opponent, my coaches. Like all the outside noise is gone.
You get very focused.
Yeah, I'm tunneled in. I've been doing stuff like this for years, so it's like it's not new to me.
Gotcha. Do you have any fights lined up yet?
Right now we're looking to get on the October 18th CFFC card. We had one opponent who we don't know if they took the fight, so looking for someone else at the moment. But right now I'm hoping to be on that card because I'm itching to get back for a while. Driving me crazy.
That makes sense. Other than the opponent that you might end up fighting, is there anyone out there in that regional scene that you specifically would like to fight also?
Nobody, don't matter to me. Give me anybody.
I got you. So, last question for me. In terms of your long-term goals, are you focused on just the UFC, or are you open to like whatever? anything, PFL,
Yeah.
whatever?
The main goal for me, it's not a money thing for me. Like I don't really care too much about making the most money. I want that fame. I want that recognition. I want to be known as one of the best to ever do it. One of the best in the sport. And I think the UFC is where that's known. Because even someone like that, though not well known UFC fighters, like you tell someone you're in the UFC, that's pretty good. So I want people people to hear my name and be like that dude's a savage. He's top 15 for a reason. That's where I want to be.
Hell yeah. I feel like you got a great mindset, man.
Man, come on, who's signing on, man? We're all cocky over here.
Hell yeah. I could tell right away that you were from Staten Island. Once you started talking, I was like, all right, one of us.
It's funny you say that. My girlfriend's from like uh, Voorhees, New Jersey, and she doesn't hear my accent except for a certain few words like stairs and floor and water. That's the only time she ever hears the accent. She always calls me out on it. She's the first person to ever say that. I try to hide it, but I guess it doesn't work out that well.
Because I grew up there, so I could
I mean,
recognize
that's
it
true.
right
That's
away.
true. Yeah, game recognizes game. I understand. I understand.
Hell yeah. But all right, man, that's really all I got for you. Before we hop out though, is if you want to shout out anybody, if you want to plug your socials or anything you got going on, floor is yours.
Yeah, man, listen, guys. You guys want any updates on my fights, anything? Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. It's at Robert Varricchio, first and last name. I want to say thank you to all my sponsors. Impact Dental, Dr. Sowers, to the man. Edge Pro, keep me nice and healthy. Optimum Fitness, keep my spine intact. Nick D and Garrett from TNT Training, keeping me yoked up, even though I know my boy Bradley says I'm small, but keep me yoked up. Tie Gear, best gear in the world. Yeah, what else is there? There's so much. There's so many other things. I'm pretty sure. Oh, my girl Jen for the trigger point massages. I'm kind of. I think it's everything. Pretty sure it's everything. If I forgot you, I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me. I'm sure I got a long text from somebody later.
But all right, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for taking the time, and good luck with camp and everything.
Mike, you the man, dude. Anytime.
Hell yeah. Peace out.
You too, man. See you later.